A dozen Russian Marines were killed when an RPG shell rolled into a fire they'd lit beside a pile of ammo and exploded. Russian soldiers died after lighting a fire beside a pile of ammunition per Russian outlet 161, RU. An RPG-7 grenade launcher shell rolled into the fire and exploded, killing at least 12, it said. At least 12 Russian Marines were killed when an RPG shell rolled into the fire they had lit beside a pile of ammunition, a source told Russian news outlet 161, RU. 3 sources in Russia's military, law enforcement, and investigative agencies told the outlet about the incident, it said. One said that about 20 Marines lit a fire near the ammunition during their lunch break. An RPG-7 grenade launcher shell then rolled into the fire and exploded, the source told 161. The outlet reported that 8 Marines died immediately, and 4 more died in hospital a few days later after being seriously wounded. At least 4 other soldiers were injured, the report said. The group were contract soldiers from Vladivostok, a city in southeastern Russia, the report said. The preliminary cause of the incident was listed as non-compliance with safety regulations, 161 reported. One of the outlet sources said Russia's investigative committee, which looks into crimes in Russia, is investigating the deaths. The incident took place on November 3rd at the Kuzminsky training ground, close to the Ukrainian border in southern Russia, the report said. Russia's defense ministry has so far not commented on the incident, according to 161. Business Insider has reached out to the ministry for comment. As the day wore on, the temperature dropped further. The Marines huddled together for warmth, their breath forming icy clouds in the frigid air. They decided to light a fire, a small beacon of warmth and comfort in the midst of the cold, harsh reality of their surroundings. Little did they know, this seemingly innocent act would trigger a chain of events that would shatter the calm, turning an ordinary day into a tragic one. As the day wore on, the Marines decided to light a fire for warmth and comfort. Unbeknownst to them, their decision to light a fire would prove to be fatal. In the harsh cold of the Russian wilderness, the 12 Marines sought warmth from a fire they'd lit. They huddled around it, their camaraderie and laughter echoing amidst the desolate landscape. Their gear lay strewn around, a pile of ammunition dangerously close to the flickering flames. As they shared stories, a rogue RPG shell, dislodged from its storage, began to roll. It moved slowly, almost imperceptibly, inching its way towards the fire. A silent intruder, it was unnoticed by the merry band of Marines, their attention focused on the crackling fire and the comfort it brought. Then came the chilling moment of realization. One of the Marines noticed the RPG shell, its metallic body reflecting the dancing flames. His eyes widened, his laughter dying in his throat. Time seemed to slow as he reached out, trying to warn his comrades. But it was too late. The RPG shell rolled into the fire. The heat acted as a catalyst, igniting the explosive charge within the shell. The light from the fire was suddenly dwarfed by a blinding flash. An ear-splitting explosion ripped through the air, followed by a deadly rain of shrapnel. The laughter and camaraderie were replaced with screams of surprise and pain. The once comforting fire was now a fiery inferno, consuming everything in its path. The Marines had no time to react, no time to seek cover. The explosion was swift, merciless, and lethal. In a flash of light and heat, 12 lives were extinguished. The fire they'd sought for warmth had become the bringer of their doom, a harsh reminder of the unseen dangers lurking in the seemingly mundane aspects of a soldier's life. The aftermath of the explosion was a scene of devastation and sorrow. As the smoke cleared and the echoes of the blast faded, a grim image of devastation unfolded. The once calm and tranquil area was now a charred landscape, littered with the remnants of what was once a unit of 12 Russian Marines. Rescue efforts were immediate and intense. Comrades, their faces etched with shock and disbelief, rushed to the scene, their usual stoic expressions replaced with wide-eyed horror as they navigated through the wreckage, desperately searching for signs of life. The air was thick with tension, each passing second a heavy weight on the hearts of the rescuers. The survivors, those fortunate enough to be outside the immediate blast zone, were left dazed and reeling. The shock of the sudden explosion, the loss of their comrades in such an unforeseen circumstance, left them in a state of profound grief. The camaraderie they shared, the bonds forged in the crucible of service, had been irrevocably shattered in an instant. Beyond the immediate scene of the explosion, the loss was felt deeply by the families of the Marines. The news, delivered with a solemn respect, brought a wave of sorrow that rippled through homes and communities. Mothers, fathers, siblings, and children were left to grapple with the harsh reality of the cost of war. Their loved ones, who had left to serve their country, would never return. The aftermath of this tragic incident was not just a physical destruction, but an emotional one. It left a scar on the hearts of those who had known and loved these 12 Marines, a wound that may never fully heal. This tragic incident serves as a stark reminder of the dangers and unpredictability of war, even in the quietest of moments. In the face of such a tragedy, one cannot help but ask, what can we learn from this? Our takeaway is a potent reminder of the importance of safety precautions, battlefield awareness, and preparedness. Lessons hard-earned through the costly mistake of a few can serve as a guidepost for many. It underlines the fact that even in the throes of war, the unseen dangers can often be the most lethal. As we remember these 12 brave Marines, let us also remember the lessons they have inadvertently taught us about the unseen dangers of war.